Hello everyone and welcome to the presentation of International Business. The multinational company which we are going to discuss is Zara, which is by far one of the greatest brands in the fashion industry. Let me briefly introduce the company first. Zara is a Spanish apparel retailer based in Arteixo e Coruña, Galicia, Spain. Founded by Amancio Ortega in 1975, Zara is a flagship clothing chain store and the largest company in the Inditex group, which is world's largest apparel retailer. The company specializes in fast fashion and various products, including clothing, accessories, shoes, swimwear, beauty, and perfumes. Zara manages up to 20 clothing collections annually. It is so hard to believe that a venture which was started by a school dropout has now become so huge that it employs more than 100,000 people and has more than 2,000 stores spread across 96 countries. This is a story that dates back to late 1950s Spain, when 14 years old Amancio Ortega dropped out of school and found a job at local shirt maker store in order to support his family. And for next 10 years he worked at multiple jobs in the garment business, starting from being an assistant to a tailor all the way up to delivering clothes directly to the customer. Experience he gained during these 10 years helped Zara to become the brand it is today. Amancio Ortega opened the first Zara store in 1975 in central A Coruña, Galicia, Spain, where the company is still headquartered. Ortega initially named the store Zorba after the classic film Zorba the Greek, but after learning there was a bar with the same name 2 blocks away, the letters were remolded for the sign to say Zara. It is believed that the extra A came from an additional set of letters that had been made for the company. The first store featured low-priced look-alike products of popular higher-end clothing fashions. During the 1980s, Ortega changed the design, manufacturing, and distribution process to reduce lead times and react to new trends in a quicker way, which he called instant fashions. The improvement included the use of information technology and group of designers instead of individuals. The most fascinating thing about Zara is that it had not incurred a loss since 19 years until the pandemic showed up. The question is, what is so special about Zara and how has it achieved such success? To understand that, we will have to look over its expansion since its foundation. In 1975, Zara opened its first store in Spain, as we have already discussed. In 1985, Amancio Ortega set up a parent company for Zara before engaging in global expansion. And in 1988, the company started its international expansion through Porto, Portugal. In 1989, it entered the United States and then France in 1990. Zara expanded to Mexico in 1992 and then Greece, Belgium and Sweden in 1993. In the early 2000s, Zara opened its first store in Brazil and then Japan and Singapore in 2002. Zara opened its first store in Venezuela, Russia and Malaysia in 2003 and then in China, Morocco, Estonia, Hungary and Romania in 2004. Zara entered South Korea in 2008 and entered India in 2010. Zara opened its first store in Taiwan, South Africa and Australia in 2011 and finally in Peru in 2012. In 2010, Zara launched its online boutique. The website first began in European countries such as Spain, United Kingdom, Portugal, Italy, Germany and France. In November of that same year, Zara Online extended its services to 5 more European countries such as Austria, Ireland, Netherlands, Belgium and Luxembourg. Zara Online stores then started its operation outside Europe, beginning from the United States in 2011, Russia and Canada in 2013, Mexico and South Korea in 2014, Romania in 2016, India in 2017, Brazil in 2019 and Peru in 2020. In 2015, Zara was ranked 30th on Interbrand's list of best global brands. In 2019, Zara updated their logo. It was designed by the French agency Baron & Baron. In 2019, the global fashion business journal MDS stated that while the textile commerce of the world had got down by 2.38%, Zara's had risen 2.17%. In 2019, the CEO of Zara said the brand is waiting for more acceptable global rent levels to continue its expansion. In Europe, the brand planned to cut the number of retail locations beginning in 2020. There are various reasons to state the importance of logo, such as it grabs attention, it makes a strong first impression, it's the foundation of brand identity, it's memorable, it separates the brand from the competition, it fosters brand loyalty. Logos are a point of identification. They are the symbol that customers use to recognize your brand. Ideally, you will want people to instantly connect with the sight of your logo, with the memory of what your company does, and more importantly, how it makes them feel. Because a good logo is a visual, aesthetically pleasing element, it triggers positive recall about your brand that the name of your company alone might not. Both the Zara brand and the logo have a long history, and they attract even those who have little to do with fashion. There is more about Zara than just ever changing fashion. The very first logo of Zara was created in 1975 and featured a classy and chic serif lettering, executed in monochrome. All capital letters of the brand name's encryption were solid and perfectly balanced. The redesign of 2008 slightly changes the logotype, keeping its style and mood. The letters were now placed far from each other and featured shortened and flattened letter shapes. The new square style makes the brand look more confident and serious, pointing to expertise, authority, and timelessness. In 2019, Zara logotype was changed again, keeping the monochrome palette and elongated serif of the bold letters. The current wordmark is executed in a custom font with tall narrowed letters intertwined on their bottom parts, and the bar of the letter are curved and elongated. Zara home logo is unique in the sense that the emblem for the range of home accessories consists of two words, Zara and home. The latter is placed below the name of the brand or next to it and has the same width and height. What is important, both the words are given in a different font than the regular word mark. Zara men's collection has a slightly different emblem. The Zara symbol is just a combination of four letters, which is known worldwide. The brand founder firmly rejected the idea of creating a highly meaningful symbol or logo. The Zara emblem has dotted the streets of all major cities of the world. Inditex is famous for its innovations and state-of-the-art facilities. RFID is one such recent innovation. RFID is acronym for Radio Frequency Identification. Zara introduced the use of RFID technology in its store in 2014. It enables Zara to have an accurate and sleek way to track inventory levels. RFID uses electromagnetic fields to automatically identify and track tags attached to objects. An RFID system consists of a tiny radio transponder, a radio receiver, and a transmitter. When triggered by an electromagnetic interrogation pulse from a nearby RFID reader device, the tag transmits digital data, usually an identifying inventory number, back to the reader. The RFID chips are located in the security tags, which are removed from clothing when purchased and can be reused. The chip allows the company to quickly take inventory by detecting radio signals from the RFID tags. When an item is sold, the stockroom is immediately notified so that the item can be replaced. An item that is not on the shelf can easily be found with the RFID tag. All of Zara's products now have an RFID tag. This technology was rolled out to all brands of Zara by 2020. We will see in next few slides that in which part of production process RFID technology is implemented. There is a well-known saying that while everybody in this world learns how to see, very few learn how to observe. And that is what makes the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. In this case, the extraordinary observation of Amancio Ortega gave rise to not just a fashion company, but a fashion revolution that changed the way the world dressed. And this extraordinary vision is responsible for Zara's products having luxurious status all over the world. Let me give you a brief overview of various Zara's products. Zara stores have men's and women's clothing as well as children's clothing. Zara home designs are located in European stores. The majority of Zara customers range from 18 to mid-30s. After products are designed, they take 10 to 15 days to reach the stores. All of the clothing is processed through the distribution center in Spain. New items are inspected, sorted, tagged, and loaded into trucks. In most cases, the clothing is delivered within 48 hours. Zara produces over 450 million items per year. Zara also includes accessories, shoes, swimwear, beauty, and perfumes. In May 2021, Zara launched its first beauty line, Zara Beauty. Now we will look at the picturized visualization and a brief overview of one of the sprawling factories where Zara makes its clothes. The factory we are talking about is the largest of all located in Spain. Today over 5,000 people work at this sprawling headquarters across different realms of business from design, photography and modeling to its factories and logistics platform which manufacture and distribute Zara clothing around the world. The site is also home to 10 of Zara's factories and its largest distribution center which is responsible for shipping the retailer's clothing to 96 different countries. Here's how the world's biggest fashion retailer gets it done. So basically the story begins in the hearts of Zara's headquarters where its 300% design team is leafing through trend for forecasting books and putting together mood boards for the next store's next collection. You can see the visual representation of the designing team. Once a design is created, it is taken to a team of pattern cutters just meters away who put together the first prototypes. Once the prototype has been created, it is tested on models who are also full-time Inditex employees working in other areas of the fashion department. There are almost 10 models there to test the various collection of men's and women's clothing. Once the prototype has been signed off, a digitalized pattern is sent to one of its factories. The factories are apparently connected to the distribution center through a network of secret underground tunnels that transport clothing on electric hanging rails. Its sprawling 860,000 square foot campus is home to 10 different factories, which manufacture Zara's most fashion forward items of clothing, basically the products that need more attention. These factories are connected to the distribution center through a network of secret underground tunnels that transport clothing on electric hanging rails. Other items are sent to external factories around the world. However, all the manufacturing items will return to one of its distribution centers to be sent out to stores. You can see the picture of one of Zara's high-tech factories. The factory that we have considered solely manufactures clothing for Zara's women's wear collection. The first step of the process is to set the patterns to the fabric. An Inditex spokesperson compared this process to a game of Tetris. The game here is to fit as many pieces as possible into one piece of material in order to be most economical with the fabric. The pattern layout is then sent to a machine that prints a life-size copy using the relevant information about what part of the garment each piece is. The fabric is laid out under large cutting machines and the paper is placed on top, as you can see in the picture. Both materials are held in place with a tight plastic sheet. The machine slices the material, cutting out the individual pieces of fabric as visualized in the last picture. As you can see in the top left picture, on thinner fabrics, 200 layers can be cut at one time. Once they have been cut, the paper and fabric pieces are boxed up together. The paper has all the details for the factory workers to see where these pieces need to be sent next and which part of the garment they will make up. These pieces are sent next to external factories to be sewn together, along with a prototype of the item so that the factories can copy the exact design. A spokesperson for Inditex said that Zara outsources all of the stitching of its clothing. Once the item is sewn together, it returns to Zara's headquarters. After returning to Zara's headquarters, Zara's most expensive items and its key products are sent back to the factory for individual quality checks. Pressing machines are used to flatten out the material as shown in the second picture. Sleeves are blasted with hot air to shape the fabric and stretch the stitching. Each item is individually ironed. The clothing is then checked piece by piece. To ensure there are no faulty stitches, items that pass the checks are given a security tag by the employees. If any issues are spotted in this process, the clothing is put to one side, and any small faults are fixed on sewing machines. Next, we are headed to the distribution center. It is the largest of four in Spain and ships products to Zara's 2,238 stores. Any items that have been created in external factories and are not considered to be fashion forward but more straightforward designs are sent directly to the distribution center. Zara relies on the external factories to do quality control checks on these items. Those spot checks are also done. It's impossible to check one for one because there are millions. Boxes with newly sewn together clothing are unpacked from trucks and immediately passed through a sensor machine. As we have already discussed about the RFID technology in brief, it is at this stage the RFID technology is implemented. This machine is a crucial part of the operation. You can see the sensor machine in the second picture. It is responsible for giving each item its RFID tag. The machine will pick up how many items there are in the box and assign each one an electronic identity, which is stored in the security tag. This is used to track the item from the moment it arrives in the distribution center until the moment it is purchased by a customer in a Zara store. The boxes are then placed on a conveyor belt and stocked in groups. These can be stored for several days in the distribution center itself before being shipped out. Items that are ready for shipment are removed from the boxes and distributed between the specific stores. Information on the computer system informs employees exactly how many items should be sent to each store. These amounts are determined in advance using feedback from store managers about what is popular with their customers and historical sales data. Store managers liaise with the design and commercial teams on a daily basis. Zara, being a multinational company, is a signatory of corporate social responsibility policy. Zara has committed itself to help the sustainable development of the society and the environments with which it interacts. This commitment to the environment is a part of the Inditex Group corporate social responsibility policy. Some of the objectives and actions carried out within the framework of their environmental commitment directly link to stores and customers. Zara saves energy and lot of care has been given to make the stores eco-efficient. They are developing special eco-efficient management models for their stores. This management model proposes measures to be applied to all processes from the design of the store itself, the lighting, heating or cooling system equipment to the possible recycling of furniture and decoration. The recycling of hangers and security tags which are collected in the stores and processed to be transformed into other plastic items is one example of waste management. Millions of hangers and security tags are processed each year. Additionally, both the cardboard and plastic used are recycled. Increasing awareness among the team members, in-house communication campaigns, and specific multimedia training plans to heighten employees' awareness of the need for sustainable practices such as trimming energy consumption, using sustainable transport, or modifying behavioral habits. Zara has implemented certain environmental practices at customer service. 90% of the bags Zara gives out to customer are made of paper. However, plastic bags are used in a minority of cases at certain times such as sales campaign. All the plastic bags they use are biodegradable. That is, they decompose through a natural biological process which prevents the environmental pollution caused by traditional plastic. These plastics can be identified with the T2W logo. The commitment to use FSC paper and recyclable materials is extended to the materials used for customer information. FSC logo is the guarantee that it has come from responsibly managed and sustainable forests that maintain the highest environmental and social standards. Zara's fashion catalogs are printed on paper with the FSC mark.
Hello everyone, this is Piyush Jadhav and I'm gonna take you through the Zara's marketing strategy and some technical aspects that help Zara excel in their business. So the question is, why Zara succeeded in their business? Creating customer curiosity is the most powerful pull marketing strategy that any brand could ever pull off. Every human being is innately programmed to satisfy this. With some new AR application and in so many other ways, Zara excels by pulling customer into the brand, unlike its closest competitor, which is H&M, which remain fixed on pushing its brand out and product out to the customer. In studying these two oftenly compared brands, the only essential difference revolve around their overall approach to the marketing. Zara has evolved to the new four pillars for pulling the customer into the brand, which is product, price, promotion, and right place. Product used to be king in earlier decades, but in the new retail economy, experience matters more than the product in the mind of buyers, and Zara understands this. While Zara is an excellent purveyor of the product, it also capitalizes on the store experience by continuously offering a reason for a customer to visit to the store. Zara has cultivated loyal customer base who visits about 6 times per year as compared to the other retailers in the contemporary market, where 2 or 3 visits per year is the norm. The fast fashion experience formula for success combines frictionless shopping in a highly curated product environment, offering scarce supply and new style that rotate rapidly. The more quickly and efficiently a customer can navigate through the store and explore and find hidden gems, the better the experience is said to be. Let us go through the 4 P's of marketing strategy in Zara's success. The first pillar or the first P in Zara's marketing strategy is product. Zara is an instant fashion brand, which means it identifies the latest fashion trend and bring the design to the store as quickly as possible and at a reasonable price. This is the source of a brand quick growth and reputation. The brand product looks somewhat similar to the hottest trend in the market, but they have different trend depending on specific market as well. Zara does its research before releasing anything to suit the local culture and people taste. In short, Zara products have the latest styles, trend design, affordable prices, and local adapted taste. The second P in the Zara's marketing strategy is play. Zara has nearly 3,000 stores worldwide, but the even more incredible fact about Zara is it is a vertically integrated retailer. This means Zara does all the design, manufacturing, and distribution itself without third party supplier. This brings the same environment and experience for customer everywhere. Its store design is modern, luxurious, and predominantly white. Also, online selling has been carefully planned and limited to the specific countries as well. This creates a throughout strategy for the company growth, and it seems to work because Zara has managed to establish itself as one of the leading fashion retailer globally. The third pillar or the third P in the Zara's marketing strategy is price. Zara's pricing strategy focus on average customer. Some Zara stores have very premium pricing, whereas some Zara stores have more affordable prices based on the location of the store and the targeted customer. Zara is able to maintain a good pricing strategy by optimizing development and distribution cost. This creates a unique brand image and grows the brand market share faster, especially among the millennials. The fourth pillar in the Zara's marketing strategy is promotion. One thing to note about Zara is that Zara spends very little on promotion campaign compared to the average fashion retailer. It simply doesn't market itself as aggressively as other companies, but this doesn't mean it has no focus on marketing. Zara mainly focus on opening new stores and word of mouth. The key promotion strategy of Zara is based on experience, exclusivity, affordability, and differentiation. Efficient supply chain plays very important role for taking the brand to the above level. Zara has a highly responsive, vertically integrated supply chain which enables export of garments 24 hours, 365 days of the year, resulting in shipping of product to the store twice a week. After the product are designed, they take around 10 to 15 days to reach to the store. All clothing items are packed and processed through the distribution center which is located in Spain. This vertically integrated supply chain allows Zara to retain control over the areas like dyeing and processing and have fabric processing capacity available on demand to provide the correct fabric for new styles according to the customer preferences. Zara is a fast fashion brand which produces around 450 million items and launches around 12,000 designs annually. So the efficiency of the supply chain is critical to ensure that this constant refreshment of the store level collection goes up smoothly and efficiently. Zara achieved the golden equation of just-in-time production and just-in-case consumption. There are two modes of operation in supply chain management: just-in-time production and just-in-case consumption. Let's take an example. So, if automobile industry wants to manufacture in just-in-case method, they will focus on keeping their inventory stocked up all the time. That means, so if they wanted to manufacture 300 cars, they will by default manufacture 300 black cars, 300 red cars, and 300 yellow cars. So regardless of what customer wants, they will be able to deliver the car immediately, but there will be a huge storage cost and inventory will get wasted if all the remaining cars are not sold, as you can see on the left side of the slide. Whereas just in time production, we only manufacture what is needed, thereby avoiding the storage cost and wastage of inventory. So only if you place an order for a black car, the production line will start manufacturing the car and then paint the car black. And this way there is very less storage cost and the product moves out very quickly out of the inventory, and supply chain in general becomes more efficient. So now here is the best part about Zara. Zara manufacture all the clothes in just in time approach, wherein they push out new design every 15 days. So they end up saving tons of money by not keeping the inventory, but the customer tend to buy the product with just in case mindset and end up spending more money than needed because the new trends moves out of the store within 15 days. What you can learn from Zara: Zara is an instant fashion brand that focuses on providing what buyer needs faster than anyone else in the industry. The Zara brand was created with a keen focus on customer experience, which led to its ability to provide trendy fashion quickly at affordable prices. Zara relentlessly tries to provide the best customer experience as they can. Also, in addition to this, Zara is a very super effective supply chain. Zara also involves customer in designing process and provide a unique competitive advantage. Zara spend very little of its budget on advertising and rather than it focus on uniqueness and other characteristics. Zara uses data to understand the customer insight and current trend. Fashion trend may come and fade quickly, but Zara is always able to jump quickly from one trend to another and bring exactly what buyer desperately needs to buy. My final thoughts on Zara. While everybody in the world learns how to see, very few people learn how to observe. This makes the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. And this extraordinary observation from the founder Amancio Ortega made Zara one of the renowned names in the clothing industry. In the world in the world of big data and quick decisions, I can only imagine more and more brands taking Zara's approach into product development as well as customer services. That said, it is a challenge for Zara in the future to adapt to the changing market. The fast fashion philosophy will be put into test in future, and I'm looking forward to see how Zara adjusts its marketing strategy with the time.